Hey guys, I just want to give you a heads up that Mama and I had some technical difficulties recording this. I am doing my best to edit them all out. So if this episode seems a little jumpy and a little all over the place, just know that it was beyond our control. And we tried. Either way, I hope you enjoy the episode. Back to it.
Welcome to Current Chatter, the place where we dive into the latest news and happenings going on around the world. Join mother and son duo Kota and Losa as they engage in lively debates over current affairs and anything else that sparks a discussion. With diverse perspectives and a bit of fun, you never know what topics will come up next. Tune in every Friday afternoon for your weekly dose of Current Chatter. Hello, and welcome to this week's podcast, where we talk about current affairs and anything else that tickles our fancy. Kota, did you have an exciting and wonderful week?
I don't know about exciting. It was definitely wonderful. Doing a lot of extra things at work that seems to be going really good. Me and Rin are currently in the middle of this pretty awesome documentary, it's something on Hulu called The Hollow Farms or something like that. It's about like a serial killer who killed a bunch of gay people. It's been pretty good.
Ooh, sounds good. And it was on Hulu, you said?
Yeah, I heard him advertise it on another podcast of mine, and so I had to check it out.
Fantastic. How was your Valentine's Day?
You know, I totally forgot that it was Valentine's Day.
Oh, bad Dakota.
And I have two partners, so that wasn't a good look for me. But I made chicken Alfredo from scratch, so that was good.
Yum. That's making me hungry.
Mm-hmm. How about you? How was your Valentine's Day, Mama?
You know what? We didn't do anything for it. We just, wished each other a happy Valentine's Day and then went our separate ways for the week, for the evening. So.
Oh, young love, huh?
Uh-huh, totally. So, something I learned interesting this week, that your dad likes to watch hockey and NASCAR when there isn't any football to be heard of or seen from.
See, and I wouldn't picture him as a NASCAR guy because it just seems so boring to me to watch him go around a track 500 times turning right only. I can see hockey. I can get into hockey. You remember Jody from work, right?
Right. Isn't her son a big hockey player? Right.
Yeah, he just got signed on to Alaska Fairbanks' hockey team for college.
Wow. Well, there's some controversy with the hockey because USA played Canada this weekend and they booed us while we listened to our national anthem, and so we fought our way through a win. We got a win, but tonight is the next one that's going on. Boston. So your dad is out there watching that as we speak.
Were you missing the game, chomping at the bit?
I'm so upset about it, Kota, can't you tell? Me and hockey and NASCAR. I was so bored Sunday just watching cars run around the track. Your dad was like, "It's gonna get good." I keep waiting for it to get good, Dakota. It took 30 years for him to convince me that I liked football.
I mean, it did happen. You did end up liking football.
Yeah, it only took, like I said, 30 years for me to like it. But my team is now doing really well, so that's good.
And who's your team?
The Kansas City Chiefs, the football team.
You mean the team that just fucking lost?
Yeah, we kind of got our
That
ass
didn't look like they knew how to play football?
Yeah, they didn't. It was bad.
I thought you were talking about like a NASCAR or hockey team. I'm totally over football now.
Oh, okay. So I haven't decided on NASCAR or hockey what my team is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's tonight's game. I'm going to root for the USA. How about you?
You know, the only time I go really hard USA is when we have Enzo. Is that so? I'm going to leave that in there. Yeah? You going to smell the mic? Can you hear him?
Mm-hmm.
Enzo. That's Lorenzo.
Our ascot? Mascow?
What?
Ascot? I don't know.
Or ascot?
You know me, I can't talk half the time. An ascot. Mascot. Oh my Lord. It's bad enough that people are like, "Your mom is so crazy."
My therapist, I went to see him yesterday, and he came and grabbed me from the waiting room, and he was like, "So, do you have the mascots with you today?" And I was like, "You listen to the episode, bro."
Oh, it's too much. Yeah. So, what are you going to do to make up for the Valentine's Day debacle?
Nothing. Not a goddamn thing.
Kota. You gotta do something.
Do you think I need to make up for something? What is Dad going to do to make up for your Valentines?
I love my Valentines. It was nice and quiet. He actually went to a hunting expo with Russ.
I don't know. At this point, Russ is more than a best friend. That's Dad's brother.
What is that, your Thursday podcast t-shirt?
No, I just happened to put it. I cannot find my other one. So my other T-shirt that I've been wanting to wear says, "Hell yeah, I suck toes," and I can't find it.
Why?
Because I love to watch people read it and then look at me and then read it again. But I can't find it.
What? Because people will read it and then they immediately head tilt. Yep. What? Got to have the head tilt, or it doesn't make any sense. I had to go get a new driver's license today, and it was snowing here in Utah, so I thought, oh, today's the perfect day. Nobody's going to be out getting their driver's license. No, I'm wrong. The crazies all came out.
You guys can't do it online yet?
Can you do it online in Denver?
Yeah, I can use the same picture from 4 years ago.
Yeah, he told me because my hair changed so much, I had to have a new picture. I'm like, yeah, well, 6 months ago I was bald, so yeah, it might have changed a little bit since then. But yeah, it was a bizarre day at the DMV. If you can do it online, I would highly recommend that.
Yeah, it's never a good time.
So this last weekend, I read a really interesting article about marijuana use. And I have been known to light a pipe every once in a while for the pain that I'm in from my neuropathy from having cancer. But this article talked about how bad it is for you. And, you know, we live in such different societies when it comes to smoking marijuana, Dakota. This article, and what this article said was that, you know, 30 years ago, the THC was between 4 to 6%, which wasn't a lot. Nowadays, the THC in the pot is around 16 to 18%. So I wonder, in all the stuff that you can do to yourself if you smoke on a regular basis, I wonder how healthy it is in the long run to have the marijuana smoke. What do you think?
See, and I don't know. I think that any kind of mind-altering substance isn't good for you. Think about, like, alcohol use. Alcohol use is so accepted. We can do it outside. We can do it on the street. We can do it while we're walking. We can take it to a public place. But you can't do that with marijuana. And I just think that as more research happens, more things will come out that advocate for marijuana. I am all for marijuana use.
Really?
What do you really me on?
Why do you think that there is going to be more laws about it being legalized? I'd like to hear more about that.
I think it's a cash cow. I think the society we live in right now is all money-hungry motherfuckers, and just making pot legal. Do you know how much money is going to come in if the entire United States just made marijuana legal?
But you know, this article stated that you could get a sickness or a condition called CHS. I believe that C is in cat, H is in hello, and S is in Sam. And that the long-term effects of marijuana are just now being researched. And the CHF causes you to have horrible stomach pain and causes you to excessive bathing, like excessive showers, which I don't know how.
I was going to say, how is washing your butthole a problem? How is that a problem? Tell me the problem we're having here.
Excessive bathing. You don't have any time to do anything else because you're bathing and smoking pot.
Well, like, think about it like this. Like, if you drink alcohol enough, it will shut down your liver. And you need your fucking liver.
Yeah.
Like, you need your liver so much it starts to repair itself.
I just wonder, like I said, I use marijuana because of my neuropathy. I just worry about some of the side effects that are just now coming out.
I can totally understand where you're coming from. But would you rather deal with a stomach ache or have to face cancer without being able to eat?
I couldn't. I'll admit it that it saved my life, and it was part of the reasons why I got through some of the stuff that I got through when I was going through bad cancer stuff.
Exactly. So, like, whether or not it gives you a stomach ache in the near future, take a Pepto, take some Bismol, you're good to go.
They made it sound in this article like it was the end of the the road. Like, it was so bad.
Do you want to hear about an article that I read into?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so one of the ones I read into was QR code stickers mysteriously appear on 1,000 graves police are investigating.
What?
So in Germany, someone is going around and putting on graves QR stickers. When you take a picture of the QR code, it tells you all the information you need to know about this deceased person. Their name, when they were born, when they died, the normal things you would see on a grave, right? And they are searching for the people that are doing this because they're saying it's defacing the graves. But in my head, I'm thinking it as a millennial, I'm thinking this is where technology is going now. This is how we are going to get our information is from these UR codes. Like, all they're doing is taking the necessary steps to progress in our future. But they're looking for this person like they have completely vandalized graves. They've done it to thousands of graves. That's the crazy thing is, like, they have no idea who it is. They can't tell where the QR codes are coming from. But this person is just taking the information and putting it on a QR code. I don't see how that's a bad thing.
No, it sounds like those new they're called POP, P-O-P, cards that you get from, it's like a business card. And instead of it recording like any other, it just has your information and you just tap it on their phone and it automatically uploads to their phone. It's really cool. But yeah, technology is going in that direction. I completely agree with you there.
I'm all about QR codes until I get into a restaurant and I just want to hold a menu in my physical hands and point to you what I want. I don't want to scan a QR code to pick my dinner. That's the only time I'm like,
with you on that.
Rah, rah, rah. You know what I mean? That's the only time I'm an old person.
I like the QR codes because I can't see menus because I need reading glasses. So if I could have something that I can read it off the menu and then like off my phone where I can make it bigger, it's much better. Your dad is a million times worse than me though.
That makes sense.
He calls them his Seymours and he just hates not being able to see. I'm like, join the club. Like, all three of us, me, you, and Justin, have glasses, and your dad was like 20/20 vision all the way growing up. Not fair, not fair, not fair.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for him at all. Go preach to some other choir.
So what's your other story?
Michigan judge is putting sponges in the hands of shoplifters, ordering them to wash the cars in a Walmart parking lot when the spring arrives.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So he's taking people, kids, and making them wash cars?
No, he didn't. They did not. They didn't specify on age. They said shoplifters.
Oh, okay. So he's taking the shoplifters and making them clean cars.
In the Walmart parking lot. The judge goes on to say, I don't think that everybody that steals is a bad person. Sometimes people just are down on their luck. But there's going to be consequences for breaking the law, which I totally agree with. I feel like if you do break the law, there should be consequences. That's why these rules are here for us as a society.
I agree with that. However, I just wonder how more humiliating it is than it is necessary.
Here's something, I don't know if Dad's ever told you this. Do you know about the time that I stole a candy bar from a gas station?
No.
When I was little, I had stolen a candy bar from it was the Holiday up on the top of the hill off of 62. So I took a piece of candy from there, and Dad had filled up on gas, and I had opened the candy bar and started to eat it, and Dad obviously knew he didn't pay for that candy bar. So what did Dad do? He went in with me and told the clerk, hey, my son stole this. That was humiliating as fuck. I was, I don't know, 5 or 6. So maybe a little bit of that humility is what people need.
But I think that happened at the right age. Like, if you made me wash cars, I'd be like, no, this is stupid.
But here's the other thing to that story is the judge is gonna go and wash cars with these people too.
Really? Well, at least he's out there doing it with them. I wonder why Dad never told me that story.
Well, because I was fucking humiliated. Go ask him right now. Ask him about the time that I stole candy. See if he remembers.
All right, hold on.
Or am I just making this shit up? Okay. I have no idea if this story's true, but I remember it in the back of my kid brain. You know those memories that you kind of have but don't really have? I'm pretty sure this fucking happened. I'm 90% sure this happened.
Okay, according to the man himself, he says he did tell me. Cancer and a stroke will do that to a person.
But it did happen.
Mm-hmm.
See, and that's one of those core memories that I have that I think twice.
Yeah. Core memories, that's different. If you're making a core memory for somebody.
See, and I can't remember if it was actually a candy bar or like a... Do you remember the old... where it told you what channel was happening on what? The TV guide. I think it was like a magazine or something.
Huh. Yeah, he just said it was candy.
Maybe it was a Reese's
Which
Pieces.
is strange because you don't like candy.
You do not like candy.
Like, of all the things for you to steal, I would picture you stealing something else.
Like beef jerky or something.
Right? Not candy. For you, you just didn't like candy. No. Well, all right. Well, I think that we've covered some broad topics tonight. I'll be more on top of it next week. Anything else you want to add or discuss today?
I have found a lot more enjoyment in doing this than I thought I would.
Yeah, me too.
We're cutting in and out
I'm loving
again.
it. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining Current Chatter this week as we talked about what was going on with this week and anything else that's going on in our minds. We appreciate it. Make sure that you check us out. I am working on a web page as well as an Instagram and a Facebook page. So go ahead and go check us out there. Anything else you want to add, Dakota?
No, I think I'll just close it with drink your water and make sure you talk to your therapist, guys.
Have a good one. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Hell yeah, I suck toes.